Hello students, as I already told you about the basic structure, external structure of the human heart in my last class. So today we are going to discuss more about the human heart from where we left. Now we are going to start from that point. So basically in the last class we have studied about the chambers of the heart, the superior and inferior vena cava. The function of vena cava is to bring impure blood from all the body parts to the right atrium. We will discuss that in the cardiac cycle, how the blood flows through the heart. So we left in our last class at the point that there is a thing that is pulmonary artery as well as pulmonary vein. So basic function of arteries is to carry oxygenated blood. The basic function of all the arteries is to carry oxygenated blood in our body. But we have exception, that is pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery which carries deoxygenated blood. Which carries deoxygenated blood. You can see from the right ventricle the deoxygenated blood is entering into the pulmonary artery, and from here it is carrying towards the lungs for oxygenation. For oxygenation. Another exception is the case of pulmonary vein. If we talk about the veins, the main function of veins is to carry deoxygenated blood. But in the case of pulmonary vein, we can see the function of pulmonary vein is to carry oxygenated blood. Oxygenated blood from lungs to left atrium. Here you can see these two pulmonary veins are coming from two lungs. So basically these are the basic things. Here you can see another artery which is the largest artery of the body, that is aorta. The major function of aorta is to carry oxygenated blood from left ventricle. Here you can see from left ventricle to all the body parts. So these are the basic things we have discussed. Here you can see the tricuspid valve which function to prevent the backflow of blood from right ventricle to the right atrium. Here you can see the bicuspid valve. Cusp refers to the flaps. Tricuspid valves have three flaps and bicuspid valve have two flaps. That is why, and these valves are connected to the walls of heart by special tendon fibers, that is chordae tendineae. Got it? So these are the basic things you can understand in the diagram. So we are clear with the diagram. Everything is clear. Here you can again revise, that is this is superior vena cava, this is inferior vena cava, this is aorta, this is pulmonary artery, this is pulmonary vein, this is left ventricle, this is right ventricle, this is right atrium, and this is left ventricle, left atrium. So moving forward, talking about the another important thing, that is the capillaries, arteries and veins. As I already told you that the basic function of any artery is to carry oxygenated blood. The function of a artery is to carry oxygenated blood. Here you can see the thickness of the wall of the artery. It is very thick, and the reason behind its thickness is that because blood flows with high pressure. Blood flows with the high pressure in the case of artery, as it carries blood directly from the heart to different organs of the body. But in the case of vein, you can see the thickness of the wall is not too much as compared to the thickness of the wall of the artery. Here you can see the lumen is very narrow. Here you can see that lumen is very wide because there is no pressure. There is no pressure because the function of veins is to carry blood from different body parts to heart. So another important thing, that is a capillary. You can see a capillary is a very single layered, single cell layered, because its major function is exchange. The major function of capillary is to exchange the different materials with the tissue. Exchange with the tissue. So these are the major things about the arteries. Moving forward, you can see now we will discuss about the working of the heart, as we can understand with the help of a box. If these are the four chambers of the heart, this is right auricle, this is left auricle, this is right ventricle, and this is left ventricle. Here you can see the blood from all the body part, that is deoxygenated blood, is coming through the vena cava into the right auricle. From here, it is coming into the right ventricle by passing through a specialized valve, that is tricuspid valve. From right ventricle, as we see in the diagram, it is carried by the pulmonary artery, and from lungs, it came back into the left auricle with the help of pulmonary vein. From left auricle, it passes into the left ventricle through a bicuspid valve, and from left ventricle, it passes to all the body parts through aorta. So, we see that there are certain contraction and relaxation phases in the heart which are responsible for the pumping of the heart. So the contraction of the heart is known as systole, and its relaxation is known as diastole. So when a cardiac cycle starts, all the four chambers of the heart are in a joint diastole condition. All the four chambers of the heart are in a joint diastole condition, in which all the four chambers are relaxed. So, if we talk about how it started, so you can see the first thing which occurs is the systole of atrium. When atrium systole occurs, all the blood from the atria of the right auricle comes into the right ventricle here, and from here, from the left auricle, it comes into the left ventricle. As the pressure increases by their systole, these valves get opened up. Got it? So you can see in the case of arterial systole. Moving forward, in the case of ventricular systole, In the case of ventricular systole, you can see the heart here, the ventricles got systole, that is contracted, and all the blood from here passes from the right ventricle to the pulmonary artery by passing through a specialized valve that is known as semilunar valves. These valves are known as semilunar valves. And from left ventricle, the blood passes to the aorta also through a semilunar valve. So these valves present in the aorta as well as pulmonary artery. These valves are known as semilunar valves. So further we will discuss in our next video. Till now, you can see and subscribe the channel for more videos. Thanks for watching.